All right, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, he's going to get him right now.
Okay, and I'm trying to arraign on each of them, so it'll take a little
Okay.
while for each defendant.
Okay. I'll be right here.
Okay.
Here, take it. State your name and you need to speak loud. Just get up here. There you go.
You state your name, please.
Harold Clark.
All right, Mr. Clark, give me a moment here. All right, sir, let me confirm your address. All right, sir, the state is alleging two charges against you. The first charge is driving with a suspended, revoked, or canceled driver's license. The second charge is having liquor in a vehicle unauthorized. The driving suspended charge is a Class 1 misdemeanor, and the liquor in the vehicle unauthorized is a Class 2 misdemeanor. What I'd like to do, with your permission, is hold your arraignment. That'll save you another trip back to court at a later date. So what I would need is your consent to waive your personal appearance, where you come in front of me and stand in front of me on another date, and allow this to be done by video. Do I have your consent?
Yes.
All right. So the Class 1 misdemeanor is punishable with a maximum fine of $2,500, 6 months of jail, and/or 3 years of probation. The Class 2 misdemeanor is punishable by a $750 fine, 4 months of jail, and/or 2 years of probation, and those both include surcharges. In either one of these cases, there is no jail time being asked. So you're not looking at any jail time of the case right now. If that changes, it has to be done through a request of the prosecutor. Your rights will change, but as of now, you're not looking at any jail time.
Okay.
There is no mandatory minimum penalty on each of those charges either, so the range is 0 up to those maximum fine amounts, plus probation if that's assigned.
Okay.
Your options are to plead either guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A guilty plea means that you're acknowledging the facts of the case, admitting that you committed the crimes. A no contest plea means that you're not admitting nor are you denying the facts of the case, but accepting the conviction. Both a guilty and a no contest plea show as a conviction on your criminal history. The third choice is to plead not guilty. If you plead not guilty, we'll schedule you for a pre-trial conference. You'll have to come back to court. You'll meet with the prosecutor. The prosecutor may provide you the police report or details from the police report and any other evidence that they may intend to use at a potential later trial date. At the conclusion of that meeting, one of three results will occur. Number one, the case will in fact go to a trial. Number two, the case could enter a plea agreement that all parties agree on, including yourself. Or number three, the case could dismiss. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right. You also have the right to an attorney. Since there's no jail time at this point, there's not a right to a court-appointed attorney unless you can provide the court with another cause for a court-appointed attorney. It's a two-prong requirement. Number one is you have to not be able to afford an attorney, so you must financially not be able to afford it. And then number two, it must be a qualifying reason, so it's a two-part requirement. If you don't have that second reason, just not being able to afford an attorney can't alone get you an attorney appointed. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also have the right to waive the presence of an attorney or proceed and hire your own attorney at your own expense. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So on the attorney decision, I'll need to know whether you wish to waive the presence of an attorney, you're going to hire one at your own expense, or give a qualifying reason to the court before I take a plea from you.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna have to plead guilty on this. So.
Okay, so that's the plea.
Yes.
That's up to you to decide. But first, I need to see if you're planning on pleading guilty, then you don't have a right to get an attorney. You wouldn't want to go hire one just to plead guilty. So I want to back up a little bit first.
Oh, okay.
So if you wanted to defend yourself or defend the case, you can do it on your own and represent yourself, or you can hire an attorney or let me know a reason that you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. So I'll need to get an answer of one of those things before I accept a plea from you of, Judge, I'm going to waive the presence of an attorney and proceed forward. Or, Judge, I'm going to go hire an attorney. If you do that, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you so your attorney can do some work for you. Or, Judge, I need to tell you, here's why I want a court-appointed attorney. Number one, I can't afford to hire one. And number two is whatever reason you want to provide the court. So those are the three options. You understand now?
Yes.
Do you want to waive the presence of an attorney, hire your own, or provide a reason?
Provide a reason.
Okay, sir, I'm ready to hear that reason.
Well, as of right now, employment-wise, it's really spotty. Like every year is always different.
Okay.
For the past 3 years, I've been struggling to go to work, and
All right.
last
So,
year I was just catching a ride with coworkers to work.
okay.
And
So on the financial part, sir, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, Mr. Clark. On the financial part, remember it's a two-part requirement. So I understand that you're telling me that work is spotty and that you don't have the funds to be able to hire your own attorney.
yes.
Okay. So that means I would send you a financial questionnaire and see if you qualify by not having enough funds to do that. But it still requires an additional reason. One of those would be if you're facing jail time, but I informed you as of now you're not. If that changes, then absolutely your right to a court-appointed attorney will change. Another one could be a mental disability, that you have a diagnosed mental disability that you don't have the ability to make decisions for yourself, or not comprehending these proceedings that I'm explaining. So if you don't have one of those second reasons, I understand that you can't afford one, but
Yes.
I need the court needs to have an acceptable second reason for that court-appointed attorney, or you decide to proceed without one, or you're going to hire one yourself.
It's really kind of hard to say right now.
Well, if you're not sure, then what I'm inclined to do is enter a not guilty plea for you. That gives you the ability to find out if you want to go hire an attorney. If you don't have a reason for a court appointed, then you can go seek and see if you want to hire one and if you can afford it, or you can still waive the presence and still enter a not guilty plea. Gives you time to think about it.
Okay.
Is that what you wish to do?
Yes.
All right. So as far as the attorney waiver, do you want to waive the attorney for now, and if you change your mind later?
Yes.
Okay. Or do you want to let me know that you're hiring one right now? Or do you want to see how that works out?
Well, it's really kind of hard to. I'm not really used to all of this,
Right,
like hiring an attorney and everything like that.
right.
Everything is like really brand new to me. So
All right, so Mr. Clark, what I'll do is I'll enter you without an attorney. If you hire an attorney, if you find one that you're going to hire, your court date may change, okay? Because we file court dates with defendants who have attorneys on a particular day and defendants who do not have attorneys that represent themselves on a particular day. So if you want, I can waive the presence of an attorney for now, and then if you hire one, then they can represent you. They'll notify us. They'll send what's called a notice of appearance, and we can reschedule that court date. Is that the path you wish to take, or are you certain you'll hire one?
um, I'll do the first with
Okay, so
yes.
what I'm going to do is I'll send you a waiver that waives the presence of counsel for now until you hire one or you end up changing your mind. You're not going to hire one. You just proceed to the court. Okay.
Okay.
And then it also will waive your personal presence that I talked to you about so we can do this by video.
Okay.
All right. So you'll have to sign that waiver form. And when you hire your attorney, if you do, just make sure they'll know what to do, but they'll get a hold of the court, let us know they're representing you. So I've got you scheduled for a pre-trial conference date on this case you'll get this so you don't have to try to remember, February 24th at 1:30 p.m. You'll be ordered to come back to court and appear for that. If you have an attorney between now and then, make sure you give him that court date or a copy of this attachment that I'm providing you.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Not at the moment.
On the top of the release order that I'm providing you, which I plan on releasing you on your own recognizance, you'll see our address and phone number. If you think of a question, you can call us and ask. We can't give you legal advice, but we can provide you legal information, and there is a difference. Your release conditions are as follows. Obey all orders of the court. Do not commit any crimes. Notify the court immediately if you have a change of address. Do not leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court. And do not drive a vehicle on a public roadway unless you're licensed to do so. You understand those conditions?
Yes.
Can you abide by those?
Yes.
And you'll show up to court as ordered?
Yes.
All right, sir. You'll be released on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Go ahead and stand right here. State your name.
Payson Harris.
All right, Mr. Harris. Moment here. All right, sir. I want to confirm your address.
Welcome.
All right, the state is alleging one charge against you, and that's obstruction, refusal to provide a truthful name. That's a Class 2 misdemeanor. On that charge, you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial. What I'd like to do, with your permission, is save you an appearance in court and move to an arraignment today. To do that, I would have to get you to waive your personal appearance and order you back on another day so we can do this by video here. Do I have your consent to waive your personal appearance and do this by video?
So, question: when you say when I waive it and we have another hearing, are you meaning that another hearing like another day, or are you saying like right this second?
Another day. So I know that you reside out of state.
Yes.
So instead of you ordering back to court in 30 days or 45 days,
Talking about a Zoom call.
yeah, we could do it by Zoom or we can do it by video right now.
Oh, okay. Yes, we can do it right now then as well.
Okay, so with that, if you want to do it by video right now and save that whole next proceeding, then I need you to consent to waive your personal appearance to stand in front of me. Do I have your consent?
Yes.
Okay. All right, sir. Then on a Class 2 misdemeanor, this is the penalty range for that allegation made against you. That has a maximum fine of $750 plus surcharges, 4 months of jail, and or 2 years of probation. There is no jail time being asked of that case, so you're not facing jail if you plead guilty or no contest, or if you are found guilty after a trial, you're not facing jail time. There is no mandatory minimum penalty either, so the court's range is from 0 up to those maximums, not counting the jail time that I just explained to you.
Absolutely.
If that changes, if the state decides they want to ask for jail time of the case, which I'm not sure if they'll do that or not, but I don't foresee that happening, your rights will change. But as of now, that's the case. All right.
Okay.
Your options are to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. The difference between a guilty plea and a no contest plea is the following. If you plead guilty, then you're admitting to the facts of the case and acknowledging that you committed the crime.
Yes,
If you plead no contest, you're not admitting or denying the facts of the case, but accepting the conviction. Both guilty and no contest pleas show as a conviction on your criminal history. Do you understand that?
yes, I do understand that.
Okay. You also can plead not guilty, and if you plead not guilty, I'll schedule you back to court. We can do it telephonically since you're an out-of-state resident for a pre-trial conference. A pre-trial conference is where you'll discuss the case with the prosecutor. The
Okay.
prosecutor may present information from the police report to you, tell you about any other evidence that they might intend to use at a trial that may be at a later date.
Yes.
At the conclusion of that meeting, one of 3 things will occur. Number 1, the case will in fact go to a trial. Number 2, it could enter a plea agreement that all parties agree on. Or number 3, the case could dismiss. If you do plead not guilty and have that pretrial conference, be careful what you say in that meeting. What you say in that meeting can be held against you at trial if the court case does proceed to trial. You understand that?
Yes, I understand that.
All right. You also have the right to an attorney. So there's no jail time, as I explained to you on this case. So that removes that ability to have a court-appointed attorney. So if you wanted to get an attorney, number 1, you would have to go hire one yourself. Or number 2, you would have to ask the court for a court-appointed attorney. To have a court-appointed attorney, it's a 2-prong requirement. Number 1, you must not be able to afford an attorney, so there's a financial aspect. And then number 2, there must be another qualifying reason for a court-appointed attorney. One of those reasons is jail time, which I informed you is not bearing in this case, so we don't have the ability to provide a court-appointed attorney. Or you can waive the presence of an attorney and proceed forward. Do you understand those options?
Yes, I do.
How do you want to proceed? Do you want to hire an attorney at your own expense, waive the presence of an attorney, or provide the court with a reason for a court-appointed attorney?
So I'm just going to waive the presence of attorney for today.
Okay.
But if I happen to need one in the near future, then I will definitely have a private attorney.
Okay, and you can change your mind at any time, so you're aware of that as you
Yes,
discussed.
I'm definitely aware
Okay,
of that.
so then I'll be sending you the attorney waiver form for today. That waives 2 things: your personal appearance that we talked about to do this
Yes.
by video, and secondly, the waiving of the attorney, at least for now.
Yes.
And then if you change your mind, you certainly can do that and hire an attorney. All right, so I'll be sending that document to you for you to sign. Do you have any questions before I take a plea from you regarding the charge?
Did have a few questions. I think I'll put. Just you can finish, and then I'll probably remember as we go along. And
So I'll remind you of the 3 possible pleas. 1 is guilty,
and one is no contest.
1 is no contest, and then not guilty. If you plead guilty or no contest, it shows us a conviction. 1 says the guilty plea says that I admitted to the facts of the case and that I did the crime. That's guilty.
Yeah.
No contest is I'm not admitting nor denying the facts of the case, but I'm accepting the conviction.
Yes, I know. I totally understand.
Okay, and then there's not guilty, where you don't believe that you committed the violation or you wish to talk to the prosecutor.
Yes.
Okay.
It will probably be more than not guilty. I wish to talk to the prosecutor if I can.
Okay, I'll enter a not guilty plea for you then. All right, so I'm going to get your next court date, and I'm going to put on here that you're allowed to do it. How long are you in Arizona for?
No, I'm a dog transporter, so I got family relatives that's waiting for me, and I got 3 dogs that's been sitting in here all night. So I'm not going to be in Arizona until I'll be back, because I transport briefly, so I always come back and forth. So even if we don't have to do the video call, I can still make my way back here to be here in presence in person.
What I'm going to do, sir, is allow you to appear at the next one telephonically, and I'm going to send you some instructions for it. Okay, so what that'll do is I got a court date for you of the 24th of February at 1:30.
Okay.
But I'm going to send you instructions that you'll need to call before that date and time. It's coming up here in the near
In
future.
about two weeks, yeah.
Yeah, and that way you and the prosecutor can discuss the case and then have it ready for how it's going to proceed, whether it goes to trial, whether it enters a plea agreement, or whether it's dismissed by the court date, okay? So we'll send you those instructions so you'll have those to make sure you follow those. They're called telephonic pretrial instructions.
Okay, thank you.
All right, your release conditions, sir, are obey all orders of the court, do not commit any crimes, notify the court immediately of any change of address. I'm omitting the portion that says you're not to leave the state of Arizona without permission of the court, and I'm allowing you to return to home. And then you may appear telephonically for the next court date. Do you have any questions about anything that we've discussed?
I will be getting released today, and then I'll have a hearing on the release date 24th. The 24th.
Yeah, yes, and you'll get a copy of it. And you're
Okay.
also going to get a copy of the pretrial instructions to call them ahead of time. But yes, your court date is the 24th February at 1:30 p.m. But you're going to have instructions to call ahead of time to get the case ready.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions in that, sir?
I think that's about it that
Okay.
I can think of.
All right. If our phone number's on the form, your release order, I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. Our phone number's on that form. If you think of some later, just give us a call.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now stand right here. State your full name and talk loud.
Wait, Brianna Alejandro, 6/18/1993.
Okay. Give me one moment here. All right. I want to confirm your address. All right, the state is alleging two charges against you. One is failure to provide a truthful name. The second is liquor in a vehicle unauthorized. Both of those are class 2 misdemeanors that you have the right to remain silent, right to counsel, and right to trial on. What I'd like to do is hold the arraignment now, and that would save you to have to come back at a later date to court and inconvenience you. To do that, I need your permission to waive your personal appearance, to come personally and stand in front of me on a later date, to do this by video now. Do I have your permission?
Yeah.
Okay. Both of those Class 2 misdemeanors have a maximum fine of $750 plus surcharges, 4 months of jail, and or 2 years of probation. There is no jail time being requested of those charges, so you're not facing jail time by the prosecutor. If that changes, your rights will change. So if you go to trial as of now, or if you plead guilty or no contest, you're not facing jail time as a consequence. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right. Your options of pleading to the case, the 2 charges, are guilty, not guilty, or no contest. Guilty means that you're acknowledging the facts of the case and that you committed the crimes. No contest means that you're not admitting or denying the facts of the case, but accepting the conviction. Okay? Both guilty and no contest show on a criminal history as a conviction. Your third option is to plead not guilty. If you plead not guilty, I'll schedule you for a pre-trial conference. That's where you'll meet with the prosecutor. The prosecutor may present you with facts of the case and any other evidence they plan on using at a later trial date if the case does in fact go to a trial. At the conclusion of that pre-trial conference, again with a not guilty plea, one of 3 things will happen. Number 1, the case will in fact go to a trial. Number 2, the case could enter a plea agreement that all parties agree on. Or number 3, the case could be dismissed. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right, the last thing I have to explain to you before I take a plea is that your right to an attorney. Since there's no jail time on the case, you don't have a right to a court-appointed attorney unless you meet the 2 requirements. Number 1 is I can't afford one, judge. So if you meet that requirement, there still is a second need. And that would be like if there was jail time, that's a reason for a court-appointed attorney, but there's not any in this case. Or, judge, I don't have the mental ability to understand what you're saying. I have a diagnosed, problem of mental capacity. If you don't have one of those second qualifying factors, then your choices are to waive the presence of an attorney or to hire an attorney at your own expense. So the 3 options, judge, I'm going to give you a reason for a court-appointed attorney, or I'm going to waive the presence of an attorney, or I'm going to hire an attorney at my own expense. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
How do you wish to proceed regarding the attorney decision?
I'll plead guilty.
Okay, so before the guilty plea, do you want to waive the presence of an attorney then?
What does that mean? I have to pay for one then if I waive it?
Well, no, if you waive, it means that you're wanting to enter a guilty plea and move forward to sentencing. I can save you a trip again. That means the attorney,
Yeah.
whether you're hiring one, whether the court appoints you one, or whether you don't have one, they would not be able to do any work on the case. So if your intention is to plead guilty, then and hire an attorney, that wouldn't be purposeful. So if you're pleading guilty, that means that you don't want an attorney, so you're waiving the presence of an attorney. But if you're pleading not guilty, then we have to seek if you're going to hire an attorney or waive the presence of an attorney. Do you understand now?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll plead guilty.
Okay, you want to plead guilty and waive the presence of an attorney?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be sending you an attorney waiver form, and it also waives the personal appearance that we talked about. The form will do the 2 parts of it, okay?
Okay, so that means I do have to come in person?
No, we're going to go ahead and move forward into sentencing right now because if I understand correctly, you want to plead guilty, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so does that mean, do I have jail time or no?
No, remember I told you there's no jail time. So the only thing that's left is imposing a fine and or probation. So we'll talk about that in a moment.
Okay.
But I'll be sending you a waiver that waives your personal appearance so we're able to proceed forward and save you a trip back. And also waiving the presence of an attorney because you don't want an attorney and you want to plead guilty, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, thank you. All right, so the next thing I need to do is make you aware of the rights that you're giving up by entering a guilty plea, okay? First off, are you on probation or parole?
No, I'm not.
Okay. By entering a guilty plea, you're given up the right to plead not guilty and require the state to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You're given up the right to have a trial in front of a judge. You're given up the right to have the assistance of an attorney at all stages of the proceeding, including appeal, and that's what we talked about with the attorney waiver form coming your way. You're also given up the right to confront witnesses against you and cross-examine them as to the truthfulness of their testimony. You're given up the right to present evidence in your own behalf and have the court compel your chosen witnesses to appear and testify free of charge. You're given up the right to remain silent, to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and also given up the right to a direct appeal. I want to make you aware of possible collateral consequences with a guilty plea, and those are the following. The possible suspension of your driver's license, an impact on a commercial driver's license or other professional license, an impact on your insurance rates, the revocation of your probation or parole, an increased penalty for further criminal charges, becoming a prohibited possessor if convicted of domestic violence charges, and if you're not a citizen of the United States, a plea or finding of guilt may result in your deportation or being denied citizenship or re-entry. Further on your citizenship is if you're not a citizen of the United States, pleading guilty or no contest to a crime may affect your immigration status. Admitting guilt may result in deportation even if the charge is later dismissed. Your plea or admission of guilt could result in your deportation or removal, could prevent you from ever being able to get legal status in the United States, or could prevent you from becoming a United States citizen. Understanding each of the rights that I've explained to you, wish to waive those rights and enter your guilty plea?
Yes.
Okay. I want to provide a factual basis of your of the case, which is the following. On 2/3 of 2026 at about 3:09 p.m., you were contacted at or near milepost 251 on State Route 87 by the Gila County Sheriff's Office. In that investigation, it was found that there was an open container of liquor that was located in the vehicle that was in your control or capacity. Additionally, you provided a false name to the law enforcement, which was later discovered your true name. But that false name that was provided, they charged you with obstruction with refusal to provide the truthful name. That occurred in Gila County in the jurisdiction of this court. Does that sound consistent?
Yes.
Okay. And I do know that there's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to talk about that, and that's probably what led you to give that
Yeah,
information.
that's what I did, and I didn't mean to. I just told him my first and middle name. I didn't say my last name.
All right. Okay, so regarding your guilty plea, are you making that plea voluntarily?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody force, threatened, or harass you to make that plea?
No.
Okay. Did anybody promise you in your lighter sentence or punishment that if you pled guilty, you would receive it?
No.
Okay. The court finds that you entered your guilty plea knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently and will accept your plea. I'm going to be sending you a form that has my initials down the left column of the paper. Those are the rights that you're waiving that I just discussed with you. It requires your signature on the form. Okay?
Okay.
Do you wish to give a statement to the court before we impose sentencing on the charges?
No.
Okay. So what I've done is remembering that the maximum fine of those violations are $750 per charge. What I've done is imposed a $250 per charge fine for the violations. Now, you're not on probation or parole, correct?
No, I'm not.
Are you employed?
No, not right now.
Okay. Are you looking for employment?
Yes, I was, but the thing was, I had a warrant, so
Right.
that was the whole reason why me going back to Gilbert, and I was gonna get everything situated back to, like, do like I said, they could do like a like, because I already paid $1,000 bond, but I was thinking if they could work with me if I can
Yeah.
talk to them because I missed my court date because I live on the reservation, so there's no way I can make it, and my mom's busy with herself.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the whole reason why I was gonna come back here to Gilbert so I can get everything all back together and get my life back together and get a job.
All right. What I'm going to do is impose a 6-month unsupervised probation. Okay. So what that is you don't have anybody to report to, nobody to check in with. You just need to remain law abiding. Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as you're remaining law abiding, then the consequences of this case will remain the same. If you violate another criminal law, then the consequences of this case can change at the request of a prosecutor, and whatever the violation of law is, if you're found guilty or plead guilty to that charge as well. You understand that?
Yeah.
So just remain law abiding is all you need to do.
Okay.
All right, so there's a $69 jail fee for the 1 day of incarceration, a court security fee of $35.80. So I have a total balance due of $604.80. Do you need a payment plan on that?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so there's by statute, I have to add a one-time payment plan fee of $20.
Okay.
Now, I know you've got these other pending matters going on. The
Yeah.
court minimum payment's $25 per month. Is that what you want to start with?
Yeah, please.
Okay, okay. I'll make your first payment due on March 6th. That's about 30 days from now.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
On this judgment and sentencing form, it's going to require your signature on the form, and then at the bottom of it, you're going to see ways to make those payments remotely. You can send us a check or money order if you wish, or you can call the phone number or go onto the website and make those payments.
Can
Make sure
can we make it an online payment too, or no?
you can, yes. So that information will be at the bottom of the judgment and sentencing form, okay? I'm also going to be sending you the warning and notices of rights. There's one more particular part I want to talk to you about, which is you have, you may file a Rule 33 petition for post-conviction relief, and if denied, file a petition for review. I'll give you that information in a letter. It'll also explain to you how to set aside the judgment of conviction pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13905 once all the terms of the sentence have been completed, and you may qualify for a certificate of second chance and apply to seal the records pursuant to Arizona Revised Statutes 13911 once the terms of the sentence and timeframes therein have been satisfied. Okay, so that letter that I'm going to send you will give you that information to keep to if you want to seal these records and set aside the judgment. It'll explain to you how to go about doing that.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything that we've spoke about?
No.
Okay, I'm releasing you on on the charges. However, you do have that that warrant out of the other county. Give me a moment here.
In Maricopa?
Yeah, it's a Maricopa County Superior Court warrant that has a bond of $2,500. So you're released on our charges with the completion of the case, and we've already sentenced it and everything. It's just required now to make payments in that probation term.
Okay.
So they'll be notified that our case is completed, and they'll be notified to come pick you up unless you bond out with the $2,500.
Okay.
Do you have any questions at all?
Is there any, so I noticed that when you did say that when you do see a judge, you're able to get like a PIN number to call somebody? Or like to make calls? Because I'm not able to make calls because you need a PIN. I don't know how that works.
I don't know what that is. You might talk to the detention
okay.
staff. Yeah,
okay, then they got it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. Any other questions in that? Just confer with the detention staff on that.
Okay. All right. So then I just gotta wait here until they pick me up from Maricopa, and then I gotta deal with it over there with them.
Correct, unless you post the $2,500 bond. Correct.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay, that's all I have for you.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And who do you want me to? Who should I send this to?
Send it to Smith, Amos.
Okay. All right.
Smith.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.